On this episode of The AutoArchaeologist, unfortunately, more audio problems, but a lot of cool GM cars. This video is nothing but the GM vehicles at the Townley auction that are going to be coming up for sale or for auction here at the end of October 2025. Come with me and take a look. Fortunately enough, the audio issues only are involved with the video for this Yenko Deuce. And this is a real 1970 LT1 Yenko Deuce made by Yenko of Pennsylvania. This car has the numbers matching engine and the correct casting Muncie transmission, but it's not the original. It has a full restoration done to it. It has the full concourse concepts report available upon request. This is one of 175 produced. This is Yenko stock number YS-053, originally sold by Dale Chevrolet in Waukesha, Wisconsin, which is up the road from me, ironically enough. I've actually been right past there. This is one of 35 Yenko Nova LT1s believed to have been painted in Fathom Blue, which 21 of those are purported to be 4-speeds. This is one of them. This is Fathom Blue with a black vinyl interior with the LT1 engine that was originally just supposed to be for the Z28 Camaro. This one is the solid lifter turbo fire V8, which they all were. It supposedly made 360 horsepower, but we all know it made a lot more than that. This was the giant killer and would beat up on big block supercars like Hemis and Six Packs and Buick GSs and, Cobra Jet Mustangs all the time. This one is the 51st of the first 125 produced, and it was ordered by Yenko, and this was one of the first batch cars. This one will be coming up for auction here in the Townley auction that will be taking place here in Bogart, Georgia at the end of October 2025. So if you have any interest on this or any of the other cars you'll see in this video, all the information will be down below so you can check it out and, try to take one of these home because this thing is absolutely immaculate. This right here is a real 1969 Yenko Camaro. And this thing is a real true survivor. I think it has only like 2,000 miles on it. It's got the original L72 427 underneath the hood. It's got the Muncie M21. This thing is a time capsule of what you could get from Yenko back in '69. Now, this was the era when he could, do the Copo and he could get the 427s put in at the factory. This wasn't the other ones where he was swapping them. But this thing is absolutely immaculate. I mean, the tires look to be original. The paint is original. You can tell that there's like a general, it's not perfect. It's got a texture to it. Absolutely incredible. It's got the spoiler. It's got the Yenko badges, the 427, I'll show you here, the Yenko badge on the back, the 427 badge, the 427 badges on the hood, the 4-speed underneath on the floor with no console. It's got extra gauges. Keys are in the ignition. Oh boy. This was one of the cars that the owner knew was special and bought it at auction, 10 years ago. And he just stashed it away in here for a rainy day. But this thing doesn't get any better than this. I mean, for quality, it's a survivor. It's a '69 Yenko. It's just absolutely incredible. So I wish this reminds me of the one I found in the barn last year, or in the trailer. That one's a little bit rougher than this. This one doesn't need anything. I think it even runs and drives, the guy said. So absolutely incredible. Right here, we're looking at a 1969 Hurst Olds, which is one of my favorite muscle cars ever. They're so unique, so awesome, because they're 1-year-old. Yes, they had a '68 Hurst Olds, they had '69, they had '72. But '69, I feel, was the wildest, craziest with the hood and the striping and the color package and the spoiler. These had 455s in them, obviously. This one has a date correct block, and everything else around it is correct. It's all either original or correct for this style of car. It has the original OH transmission in it. It's got the his and her shift or the Hurst shifter in it with his and her pattern. It's got the original Hurst spoiler. This was fully concourse restored a while back, and then it was purchased by the current owner, where it has basically been sitting in this garage ever since. And now the owner has decided to move on to other options and is putting it up for auction here at the end of October 2025. This right here is a 1970 Buick GS Stage 1 convertible with a 4-speed. This thing is fully restored. You know, this is the one that they say, you know, knocked down the Hemi for good or for bad, you know, truth or no truth, whatever. But this one is fully optioned, 4-speed air conditioning, which I didn't think you could get with a 4-speed. Let me double check. Yeah, no, it's got a 4-speed. Maybe that was just the Chevelle SS LS6 that couldn't get a air conditioning with a 4-speed. But this one does. This one has air conditioning. It's a 455 with the Ram Air style, you know, the fresh air hood scoop. This one has been fully restored to the 9s, like everything else in this collection. And definitely a beautiful car that I think anyone would love. Even has the, you know, like original style polyglass tires on Buick Magnum style rims. Very, very cool. This GTO is far closer to what I normally deal with than anything else in this collection. This is a 1968 GTO convertible Ram Air 2, 4-speed, yep, 4-speed. And the story is this car was bought by a gentleman, and after a little bit, he had left it at his house. And then he sold that house to a friend. And he said, one of the stipulations is the car has to stay there. 10 years goes by, and the new owner's wife says, hey, this car has to go. I want the garage spot. And he goes back to his friend, goes, hey, you got to get the car out of here. My wife wants the spot. And the gentleman goes, you know what? You can have it for all the hassle you've had with it. God bless. And so that's what he did. He took the car, cleaned it up, sold it. And that's what it is. It is basically a survivor. It was a garage find here. I think it was a local car here in Georgia, but it's cool. Ram Air 2, 4-speed, black car, black top, like silver interior. Very unique. Has the Pontiac paperwork. So this thing is real cool. Power drum brakes. Does it have power steering? Nope, manual steering. No air conditioning. But who needs air conditioning when you have a convertible, right? This right here is a 1967 Chevelle SS 396 convertible. And you're like, ooh, that's pretty cool. But yeah, man, this thing's so hot. Black car, black interior, black convertible top, 4-speed with tack on the console. Of course, the SS hood. Air conditioning in a convertible with 4-speed. That's very rare because they had issues in that time frame. That's why, like, you couldn't get in 70 an SS 454 LS6 Chevelle with air conditioning and a 4-speed because of reasons. But this thing is absolutely beautiful. It's been fully restored. It's got power drum brakes. Like I said, air conditioning, power steering. This thing is absolutely perfect. The owner picked this up probably a decade ago. And as is normal with his MO is, he only bought the best. And that's what this is. This is absolutely phenomenal. Has been sitting for a while, but it runs and drives. That's the whole thing. The Richmond Auction Company make sure that these cars are running and driving, because a lot of them, you know, they aren't. The cars that have been sitting this long. So really cool to see. This isn't your grandfather's Pontiac. This is a 1962 Pontiac Catalina. And you're like, okay, those are cool cars. 8-lug wheels, 2-door. I mean, what else could it be? This is an original, unrestored Super Duty. It has only 20,000-ish miles on it. It comes with the 421 dual 4-barrels. These were made for racing. They were made, you know, with the 409s. They were made to compete with the Super stock Mopars, you know, the fast Fords, like the Galaxy, the 427 Galaxy lightweights. These were made to go fast, and that is what they did. They were so fast, Chevy was selling so well, there was a racing ban implemented because they did so well and were selling so well that they had to cut back, otherwise the government was going to get on them about monopoly. But this is an unrestored example of a 62 Super Duty. I mean, if you were to restore one, this is what it would be. This one's obviously white with the silver interior. These came stripped down, bare bones basic. This one has, of course, the 4-speed, the basic gauges, the steering column, the 8-lug wheels. These things were fast and trouble, but obviously their time was short-lived because they were such big cars. But man, what a time to be alive with one of these that you were rolling the gears in, right? This right here is a 1969 Z28 Camaro, and it is just about perfect. I mean, it is perfect. This thing is an original 302. I mean, it has the original 302. It was restored by I want to say Joan Jett, but it's not Joan Jett. It was fully restored by a gentleman who's an expert in these cars. It's a 4-speed car, obviously, but this thing was restored back to concourse level. You know, original, or at least close to original bias ply tires, the paint, yellow paint, black racing stripes, obviously. It has the full gauge cluster. Is it an RS? I mean, is it an RS? I didn't think it was. No, it's not an RS, but it does have the gauge cluster in the center console, which is a plus. Bucket seats, obviously. Man, that is cool. What a beautiful little piece of history. And then, I don't know if it's, let's see if I can pop the hood. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, or not. Okay, I'll take a picture from their website. But this is a 302 with the cross ram injection setup, which is very rare, especially if it's working. And this one does. So check it out in the auction. This right here is a 1969 Camaro SS convertible. And you're like, okay, those are pretty cool. They're a lot of fun. Not only is it a convertible, it's a 396 convertible with a blue, white stripes, a white top, with like the houndstooth interior, bucket seats, 4-speed, SS hood, sports steering wheel. It's got mag wheels on it. It's got the bias ply. It's got a Z28 stripe. And I am wrong. It is not a convertible. It is a vinyl top car. I don't know why I thought it was a convertible. White vinyl top car, white side stripe, blue car. This thing is immaculate. Like, it looks like actually it looks better than the day it rolled off the showroom floor. So this thing is perfect. I wish I could fit in it. This right here is probably one of the rarest muscle cars out of all of them. Now, it is a 1969 Pontiac Firebird convertible. That is pretty darn awesome. These are rare cars just when you go there. But it gets better. This is one of only a handful of real Ram Air 4 Pontiac Firebird convertibles with 4 speeds. And this thing was fully restored back to concourse level. I mean, this thing is absolutely perfect. And being Ram Air 4, I mean, you know, the Trans Am Firebird convertibles, they're like the pantheon of the Firebirds, top of the top. This is just right there, right below that, because, I mean, they made a few more, but not many. I think it's like 14. Let me see real quick. They only made 17 of these Firebirds total. And this is one of them. And this one is probably one of, if not the best example of this Firebird. It doesn't get any rarer. I mean, unless you find, like I said, there was only 8 Trans Am Firebirds produced, and they're all known. Oh, I didn't even see it. It says Ram Air on the hood. It's got the hood tack, blue car, white interior, white convertible top, 4-speed, pedal dress-up package. This thing is absolutely beautiful. I don't know how this guy could own all these cars and not drive them. I mean, This must have been such a fun car to drive. Has anyone ever driven one of these? Let me know what you think in the comments below. This 1962 Chevy Impala SS isn't just an ordinary SS. This is one of, I think, 12, maybe 17. I'll look it up and I'll put it in the notes, in the header. But this is a real Z11 Impala. You know, they made these specifically to go drag racing. They had aluminum parts. They had custom parts. It has the unique O headed W409. This thing, and it went under a 3-year restoration to make it absolutely concourse perfect. I mean, this thing doesn't have a blemish or a blem or a tear. And it was sold at auction. I'm not sure, probably within the last 10 years, and the current owner purchased it. And as with all the other cars here, he bought it with good intentions and was going to start a museum. That never came to fruition, and the car has sat since. Now the car is running and driving. Oh, it's, yeah, the 4-speed. Yep. Of course, it's a 4-speed. I mean, they all came with 4-speeds. But now this car is coming up for auction. When was the last time you heard about a Z11 coming up for auction? So yeah, this thing is absolutely the probably best Z11 you'll ever see. Right here is a 1969 RS SS Indianapolis 500 Camaro convertible. And that's cool. Rare, highly desirable. Even cooler is the entire history is known on this car. Every owner is known and documented, and it's only got 20,000 original miles. This is a legitimate survivor. Absolutely beautiful. For a Camaro collector, I mean, yeah, there's Yenkos, and then there's this. That's cool. Absolutely perfect. And then we got, yep. Oh, jeez. That looks about perfect. Jeez. So clean you could eat off of it. And then you've seen the Hemi Cuda in the other videos. Let's go back here to the Cadillac. And this is not just any Cadillac. This is the Queen's Cadillac. This was in Canada. And as I've been told, this is the Cadillac that the Queen drove around in. That's why it has the custom cover on it, so people could see the Queen as she drove by. Absolutely crazy. And there's a whole bunch of, yeah, Princess Elizabeth 1951 Cadillac Royal Parade car. Very cool. I mean, I think they just took like a convertible top and they riveted it all together and put this plexiglass? Not plexiglass, like plastic on it. Here's one of my favorites, though. This is a 1964 Pontiac GTO convertible. Tri-power. I'm pretty sure it's a 4-speed car. I love these early GTOs. They're just phenomenal. Yep, 4-speed, but bucket seat. I mean, this is this is probably the best one out there. This guy did not skimp on anything. I mean, that engine bay. Oh, it's got air conditioning even. That's funny on a convertible car. Oh, yeah, and then we got to do the Corvette. And then we got over here. Oh, and then the 442. We'll start that right there is I believe a 1956 fuel injected Corvette. Red car, red interior, 4-speed. I mean, again, the owner got nothing but the best and then parked it. Oh, it's a 57, sorry. This is a 57 Corvette with fuel injection and a 4-speed. And I believe this is one of the ones that's like a survivor, like low mile, next to nothing, which is really, really neat. And then next to that, I'm actually surprised it's not a W30, but it's a 1970 Oldsmobile 442 with the Ram Air hoods and air cleaner, air conditioned in a convertible. Remember, their main goal here was they were trying to get every kind of big block muscle car convertible with a 4-speed. And yep, right there, there's the 4-speed. I've been able to drive Tim Wellborn's 70 442 W30 convertible, and I will say these cars are built so much nicer than the Chevelles and Chevys. I remember closing the door in that thing, and it clicked. It was original. It clicked like a new car. Absolutely ridiculous. And we'll end over here on these two. You'll see the Batmobile in another video. But this is it's a Bandit Trans Am. Don't know any provenance on this one, but it's got air conditioning, power disc brakes. It is a TA 6.6. Beautiful car, T-tops. Oh, 4-speed on the floor. And then over here is a 1957 Chevy convertible fuel injection. These things are neat. This is nice. Black car, black top, red interior with the small block and the fuel injection. Wrong air cleaner, but still very cool. That is neat. And that's it for the GM cars here at the Townley collection. These will all be going up for auction in October with Richmond Auctions, and I'll put the information in the description below. If you have any questions, please let me know.